former colleague and good friend, Sonal Desai, on 2 points. One is perhaps the point that Mudit made, which is the cost of generating primary data. Because what we have here is really an assemblage of largely administrative data, but you deal with household data. So, just what you've seen in 20 years. And then somebody along the way talked about the issues that arise with anonymization, but also dissemination. So could you just share your experience in those areas and what it might mean for the inclusion of household data sets in INDAP going
Thank you. Thank you for those interesting questions. I'm a bit of a fish out of water on this particular table because I actually, as a sociologist, I and my colleagues actually go and talk to people. We collect data from people and we ask, all kinds of weird questions, such as, घर में कुछ एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, उसके लिए आप खर्चे के लिए पैसे कहाँ से लाए? अच्छा, लोन ली थी, तो ये शाहूकार से लोन क्यों ली थी? आपने कोई बैंक से नहीं लोन ली? These are the kinds of questions we ask. Okay, we ask questions about schools were closed during the pandemic. Did a teacher come and speak to your child and give some homework so that the child could do that homework? Okay. Now, when we ask, and these are real questions, these are real issues that individuals face. But when we ask these questions and we start analyzing what individuals are experiencing, there is a tendency to basically tell the story that the data make possible for you to tell. It's like, you're looking for your car keys under the lampshade and not really looking at it in the corner where you dropped it. Okay? So you have data from individuals and you look at your explanation as being sort of individual specific explanation. So we might say, okay, that the person who did not borrow from a bank did so because he was less educated, less connected, he didn't understand how the banks work. Okay? Or we might say that the child who did not do any homework during the pandemic was because his parents didn't understand the value of the education. What would be helpful is if we could also link it to the nature of financial services available in the area, and to see if this person could have actually borrowed with relatively fast speed and comfort from more formal sources. Or it would be very helpful to see if this child lived in a hamlet which was close to a school, and a school that was close to a large transportation network, so that the teacher could actually get to the school, distribute the homework, and the child could do it. Okay? So in some sense, from a public policy perspective, it's very important to link what individuals see and experience with what services are being built. Okay? And we need to do it at a sort of a very specific and hyper-localized level. So as an example, we were actually at one point in time doing research on the impact of NREGA on women's employment. Okay? Now, MG NREGA data, basically what we were curious to know is that whether implementation of MG and REGA led to women's increased labor force participation for women who were not employed before. Women who were in the agricultural labor force anyway would be sort of stop working in somebody's field and go work for the government. It's far more respected. Okay? Did it actually draw out very different women? So what I was doing was I actually had